The Storybook Nursery kit and the Artist Studio kit both come out today. And in this video, we'll go through everything that's coming in both kits. We'll check out all the new items together, and then we'll kind of discuss whether or not they feel like they're worth buying. I should probably warn you that this is gonna be the weirdest kit review I have ever made. They so kindly decided to release these kits on the first day of TwitchCon. So I'm recording this part of the video from home, but we're about to cut to me in my hotel room in San Diego on a laptop trying to play The Sims. I just thought it might be best to film as much of this video from my actual desk setup as possible, so here we are. But these are the two new kits, so let's look at this announcement post together. The Sims team said, "Welcome the newest addition to your legacy with an elegant nursery made in collaboration with lilsimsie in the Sims 4 Storybook Nursery kit, and find creativity in your own artfully scattered studio space in the Sims 4 Artist Studio kit." So we'll start with the nursery kit because I think that's what excites me the most. Fill your Nubu's nursery with whimsical toys, ornate furniture, and even a dollhouse modeled after the home of a well-known family in the lilsimsie collaborated Storybook Nursery kit. So they literally made the Goth family's house as a dollhouse. It kind of has this like goth baby energy to it. I mean, literally, because they've got the Goth family here. This looks like Bella and Mortimer if they were toddlers. But I can see a couple things that really stand out to me, like this super cute toy basket. We've got a toddler bed. There's some kind of fancy llama lamps, a fancy chandelier. We've got some new shelving, some new side tables. This is kind of a cute like wardrobe almost for the kids. I'm also seeing a new rug right here and a really pretty new wallpaper. But it's not all dark colors. In this second screenshot, we can see kind of a more pastel vibe to it. And in this picture, we can see a new crib for the infants and a new bassinet for the newborns. There's also a changing table and a play mat. It looks like we have some new blocks. There's a rocking chair. It looks like this is kind of a cute little plushie item. And this is huge because we only have one play mat right now and it's from Growing Together. We don't have that many cribs. All of the cribs right now are only base game. And we only have a couple of changing tables, and those are also only from Growing Together. This $5 kit looks like it might be a nice way to get some more stuff for your babies without having to spend $40 on an expansion pack. And it's a collaborative kit, and every single time they do a collab kit, I feel like they just knock it out of the park. Simmers are really good at knowing what Simmers want to have in the game. And lilsimsie is a fantastic CC creator. I am always obsessed with any set of theirs that I've ever seen. So obviously we haven't seen the full kit yet, but I really trust Sixim's judgment when it comes to stuff like this. And then the second kit is the Artist Studio kit, kind of a different vibe. This one says, surround yourself with brushes, paint cans, still life references, and more to ignite your artistic skills in a space of your own with the Artist Studio kit. So I saw some confusion about this in my comments, and I hate to break it to you, but there's no new skill or like any new gameplay in this. It's just a decorative kit to decorate an art studio using the existing painting skill. It'd be cool if we got a more artsy pack with some more artsy skills. I would love a pottery pack personally. That's like my #1 request for this game right now. But they're not gonna do that in a kit. The kits aren't really about gameplay. It's literally just like decorative stuff or like reskins of existing things. Because I guess there is gameplay on this easel, but it's not new gameplay. It's just the base game painting skill, but on a new easel. Does that make sense? But it looks like this kit is full of artsy clutter. So we've got the new easel and we don't have that many easels. So that's kind of a huge bonus. There's like little side tables, stacks of books. There's lots of sketches on the wall. There's like paint smudges on the floor that we can use. There's some cool cabinets. It looks like maybe some paint bottles and like a palette. We can see some more of it in this slightly brighter room. We've got this kind of cool shelf with like paints hung up and like a dirty apron. There's a sink. It looks like all of the items come in a paint splattered swatch. I assume that they probably come in a plain solid color, but also in kind of a messy color, which is exciting to me. And it looks like this is a new artist tablet because we have that digital tablet in the base game, but I think we're gonna get another version of it, which is kind of cool. I built an art studio in a house kind of recently, and the whole time I was like, oh, I wish that I had more clutter for this. So I'm actually really excited about this one. Both of these two kits seem like things that I would really enjoy. They're both kind of right up my alley. And I also think that you could totally use them together. I think most of the kits don't really always fit or like pair well together. But in this case, you could have an artist that has a baby, you know, so you could definitely use them both in the same house. So I am very excited to download these and check them out. But before I pass you off to future Simsie in the hotel room, I wanted to remind you about the creator codes. I always feel a bit weird talking about this in a review video because I don't want you to think that I'm like biased because I'm trying to make money off of you. But I know a lot of you are planning on buying these kits anyway. And if you use a creator code in the EA app at checkout, put it in the promo code box and you just put their username, and the creator earns 5% off of that purchase. So with the kit, they'll get 25 cents from you, and then EA makes 25 less cents, and the creator gets it instead. I mentioned this because Sixum would have been paid a flat fee for their work on the collaboration, but they won't make commission off the sales of the kit unless you use creator code SIXUMCC at checkout. So if you want to help support a creator, this is a great option to do that. A lot of your favorite Sims creators have codes now. You don't have to use mine, but I would really encourage you to use somebody's code at checkout. Okay, but with that being said, I'm gonna send you to San Diego now and we'll take a look at the kits. Hopefully the rest of the video quality is not terrible. Hello from my hotel room. It is currently about 6:45 in the morning and we're gonna film a kit review. I've actually been up since like 5 just waiting for the sun to come up so that I can film this with slightly better light. The jet lag in California always gets me so bad. I went to bed at like 10 o'clock last night and then I woke up at 5 a.m. because it's 8 a.m. at home. So both the kits came out yesterday and I haven't bought them yet. I always buy them together with you here when we start these. So I'm gonna check out with these both. We had some trouble processing your request. Oh my god, this is not good. The EA app is like truly my worst nightmare. I didn't really anticipate having trouble buying the kits from here. All right, well, I'm gonna install them both. They're downloading now and it's just a kit, so it's not like it's gonna take a very long time. It's like maybe 10 seconds. Okay, it worked. False alarm. Sorry, everything's fine. I'm opening the game. It's about 7 now and TwitchCon opens at 10, so we got plenty of time. We're fine. Okay, well, the game wants us to start with the Artist Studio Kit, so we'll begin here. Welcome to the Sims 4 Artist Studio Kit and Artist Tools. Give your Sims more ways to express their creativity. There's a new easel, tablet, and a woodworking table. Oh, I didn't notice that in the screenshots. For Sims to use in their artistic endeavors. Place inspiring still life references, a backdrop, and other props to really help your creativity flow. Okay, we've not gotten a new woodworking table ever. We only have the one. I guess looking at this now, it's very obvious. That table in the middle of the room, that's like, of course, that's a woodworking table. I thought it was just like a decorative table, so that's embarrassing. And then it also says, artful decor. Add an artistic flourish to your canvas and your studio. Add paint splatter to the ground and clutter items like palettes, cans, tubes, brushes, and stacked sketchbooks to every shelf and corner. That's cool. And then the other one, the Storybook Nursery kit, says, a touch of whimsy. Inspired by classic fairy tales and the elegance of ages past, this collection features delicately crafted toys, pleasant wallpaper, a dreamy mobile, and a dollhouse modeled after the traditional home of an old, prominent family. Raise your little one among ornate furniture, including shelves and a changing table. Some of these items, like the crib with the sweeping canopy and the tasteful chandelier, may have been passed down through the generations. This is fun. Also, my laptop's kind of sounding loud, so hopefully the audio is okay. I knew it was gonna be like this, but I just don't really know what it's gonna sound like for you, so hopefully the video is okay. I know this is like definitely the worst kit review I've ever made, so I apologize in advance. Let's just get a big open room started and then we can look at all the different items. So I think we will begin with that artist kit. Oh my god, when I scroll through all this, there's so many packs. Okay, so it looks like we've got 23 items in this artist studio kit, and the first one is a step ladder shelf. Oh my god, this is really cute. I can see myself using this a lot because it has artist vibes, obviously, but you could totally put this in like a bedroom as like a decorative item somewhere in a teen's room or something. It looks like it also has a couple of kind of fun paint splattered swatches, but they're not all paint splattered, so we can use this really easily. I really like that. It looks like it's 165 simoleons, so that's not that bad price-wise either. Then we have the storage savvy smock rack. Okay, this is cool. It kind of has like a pegboard vibe, and then they have the paints attached to it plus the smock. Oh, look at the paint splattered one. I really like that. That's nice. And it comes in a lot of like kind of standard wood tones that'll match everything else. That's kind of like the Tiny Living wood tone. We've got the base game wood tones plus a plain white and more of a black color. I don't understand why it doesn't come in solid black. I don't know why they do this. It has like the black with the wood, but not black with black, so that's a little bit annoying, but it's fine. It also has this kind of cute pastel yellow and the blue. That's pretty. I really like this. I'm excited about this so far. Okay, next we have the Ready, Set, Go cart. So it's kind of a cute metal cart with like a butcher block worktop on top and then an art palette. That's cool too. I've been wanting more art stuff in this game for so long. It's really fun to finally have it. So this one is kind of just like a metal cabinet, but it also has some of those paint splatter swatches. This is Pollock's storage locker, and that could work for anything. That does not have to be in an art studio. Like, it's kind of simple, so you can mix and match that with different styles. This is a companion cabinet. Oh, I like how it's kind of open. That's cool too. We don't really have a lot of stuff like that either, do we? And obviously it comes in the same wood swatches, but it's also got some kind of fun painted ones. I really like that light yellow. That's really nice. I also like the blue, but I don't think anybody's surprised by that. This one is a rolling drying rack, so you've got a place to store your different art pieces. I really, really like the dirtier swatches. That's just so fun. We've got anything's a surface art pedestal, so it's kind of a small side table. I assume that you can put clutter on that, yeah. So it's a little teeny tiny side table. We don't really have a lot of side tables that are that small, so that's cool. This one's an improved studio pedestal, so it's also a tiny table, but it's got 3 swatches. And you can even put things that are big on those tiny slots. Sometimes when they have a table that small, you can only put the smallest clutter on it, but you can put the bigger ones there. We've also got the notorious slop sink. The word slop is absolutely vile, but this is nice. This has like a little sponge and also some paintbrushes on the edge. I love that. I always use the laundry day sink when I'm making art studios because it's kind of metal and it looks like it might belong in something like this, or maybe like the Dine Out industrial sink, but this is 10 times better. It's also only 115, so it's pretty cheap in terms of other sinks in the game, which is always nice for like starter home type stuff. Next we have this. This is the Creative Pro tablet. So this is an art tablet. We have one of those in the base game too. I can't remember what it's called. Give me a second to find it, sorry. Digitalistic sketchpad, yeah. So it's the same thing, just reskinned, but your Sims can paint on this. So it works like an easel, but you can just hold it in your backpack in your inventory. The base game one is 750 and the new one is 800. So they're pretty much the same price. They're the same skill quality and stuff. Painting quality 4 for both of them. I actually don't really ever use the base game digitalistic sketchpad, but I've learned that it paints a lot faster than the easel does. And you can also queue up paintings like that. Like, you can't queue paintings on the easel, which, speaking of which, is right here. You can only kind of do one at a time. You have to finish it and then sell it and then start over, but you can like queue up interactions on the tablet. So if you're trying to speed run the skill or like do a lot of painting, you've got a lot of Sims and you're kind of stressed, the tablet's nice to use. I think the easel is probably what I was most excited about, just because we don't really have that many easels. We have a couple of base game ones, only one that is readily accessible because you have to unlock all of the rest of them. And I can't remember if the university one isn't unlockable, but that might even be too. So it's kind of like about time that we get another easel. This one also will have matching wood colors a little bit better, which is nice. And it comes in some kind of clean swatches, but also some more paint splattered ones. And look at that, it's got like the little paint tubes and the paint cans. This is a nice easel. So compared to the other ones, the base game standard one is 350 simoleons and it's painting quality 4. This one's kind of right in the middle. It costs 11.25 and it's painting quality 6. It's also got inspiring decor, so you can turn that on and your Sims will get inspired when they're near it, which is helpful. It looks like it's basically the same as the one that's slightly more expensive from the career unlock, so that's pretty useful. I'm not mad about that. Oh, and there's a plant! They got a lily. I guess that makes sense because they're gonna want to give us stuff that we can put on these tables, like things that you can have your Sims paint to make a still life. But this is a really simple floral vase. Oh, that one's dead and it's got petals at the bottom. Okay, kind of a cracked vase too. Interesting. That's only 30 simoleons too, so I'm always thinking about starter home, sorry, but that would be nice for like a dining table because it's pretty cheap. Cheaper than most of the cheapest base game plants. Like that little white one with just the leaves, that's 40. So this is nice, it's big too. While we're talking about still life stuff, we also have this torso. So it's kind of like a carved torso. We've got a collection of sketchbooks right here. I'm gonna put that all over the place, like in my Sims desks and stuff. I'm gonna use that a lot. We've also got some discounted paint cans, kind of some simple little clutter items. I like how this one has a water cup. That's cool with the paper towels underneath. And then we've got the painter's palettes. So it's just a couple different palettes with some different paint cans. And we were also looking at this odds and ends brush storage earlier. I love this item. I like how many brushes there are. I feel like you can really easily make a super cluttered looking room. Look at how that slots back there. Oh, it kind of like fits in the shelf. I really like that. And then last, this is also kind of like a still life type of thing. We've got this picture. That's gonna be be so cute to put on kitchen counters. I know that it's meant to be something that your Sims might paint, but that's gonna be such a nice clutter item for your kitchens. And that's also only 40 simoleons, so that's really easy to use. Okay, just a couple more things. We also have this industrial spotlight, so you can use that again for your still life settings. We've got a studio drape backdrop, and we don't really have that many things like this either. That actually might be kind of interesting to try and do some paint by references in front of, or like to use for photography even, if you want to have your Sim just stand in front of that and like take some pictures of them. Again, we don't really have anything like that. I probably won't use that for decoration very often, to be honest, but it'll work for art studios, and it's nice to have one. And then we also have these accidental paint splatters, and this is, I think, maybe what I was second most excited about, because it's kind of like a decal for the floor, but it's just a bunch of different paint splatters. Comes in a bunch of different sizes. You can obviously size it down too if you wanted to try and mix and match them. And this just makes me think, I don't know how many of you were here back in the day when I did that Fixer Upper series like years ago, where I would renovate like old looking houses in The Sims. So people would build houses that were like broken down, in disrepair, and they'd fill it with like the vampires cracks in the wall and stuff like that. Well, this kind of thing with the paint splatter on the floor, I love the idea of trying to tell a story of a house that's like maybe partially renovated. So like maybe they started painting the room but then never finished and the house is kind of fallen apart. I don't know. I'm always thinking about stuff like that. It also makes me think about House Flipper, which is fun. I can totally see myself using this paint splatter a lot. And then I think the last thing is this sketches picture. That's only 25. Oh my god. The base game one, the one from the career, is so expensive. This is 575, and of course they fit together well. But this is the new one. We've got kind of a cool sketch version. There's some more colorful versions. Oh, this one's different. This one's creepy. We've got the Grim Reaper. Oh, and look at this with the pretty pictures. Oh my god, I love this. I wasn't expecting it to be so completely different, but that's great. That's even better than I expected. I don't know if there's any wallpaper or anything. Oh, there is. Okay, we've got a new wooden wallpaper. Down to the studs wall, and it's only 1 simoleon. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna use that in like fixer-upper type of houses. Comes in lots of different colors, just a nice simple wood, and there's no flooring or anything. So that's everything from the Artist Studio kit. This is exactly what I was expecting from this kit. I feel like sometimes going into kits, it's like, oh, I don't know what it's gonna come with. With this one, I knew exactly what it was gonna come with. This is like exactly what I would picture. And I think that's a fun use for a kit too, to like build out on something that we already have. The painting skill is base game. I have my Sims paint all the time. I use that skill so often. It's like one of my most used skills in The Sims 4, especially when I'm starting out with a new save, because painting's kind of a nice money maker. So now to have all of this extra stuff to really deck out an art studio, this is gonna be great. And we even have a couple of other things just in the game by default from the artist career. So when you mix and match all of that together, you've got so much to use now. I really like this kit. This is great. Okay, well, let's switch gears for a second and let's talk about the Storybook Nursery kit. Slightly different vibe, but hopefully still really good. All the default swatches are all black. It is really goth baby vibes, isn't it? Okay, I probably shouldn't have bulldozed the room, but here we are. Let's look at everything. So this one has 24 items. That's like one more, I think, than the art studio kit. And the first thing I want to look at are all of the new beds, because we've got a new bassinet, a new crib, and a new toddler bed. So we've got one for all ages. I have been so desperate for more cribs. Like, I actually could not wait until we got stuff like this. This is really pretty too. Oh my goodness. I love these little pastels, like this light pink swatch. And I love how it comes in all these darker colors. You could make like a vampire baby. Like if Vlad had a baby, this is what he would have in his nursery. I think I'm a little bit sad that it doesn't come in solid white and black. I know we have like the black with the gold and then the white with the gold. I think I would have preferred if we also had a plain all white swatch. It's not that I don't like the gold bows. I think I just always want more options. And if it came in plain white, it'd be a little bit easier to use more. And then I assume that all of the other ones come in the same colors. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this little yellow one. That's so pretty. Oh, I love this bassinet. That is adorable. A beautiful gift from Aunt Agnes. Oh my. This heirloom crib is an exact replica of the one carved by Gunther Goth, made of fine oak from Pleasant View's forest. This is so fun. There's gonna be a lot of references, I think, to older Sims games in this pack. Okay, here's the toddler bed. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, Bella Goth would absolutely have this in her house. That's what Cassandra slept in when she was a child. You just know. You can just tell. I like this purpley swatch too. Oh, look at that one with the blue and the pink. Oh my gosh, the pastels are so pretty on these. Price-wise, the bassinet is kind of the same as all the other bassinets. The crib's about $250, bed's about $250, so they're all kind of similarly priced to the other beds. I was kind of curious if they'd be like significantly more expensive, but the most expensive toddler bed right now is $240, so they're like basically the same price. Okay, the next thing is this rocking chair, which also I assume comes in the same oh my god, I love this yellow and blue. I'm so predictable. Sorry, I got excited. I like this pink and blue one too. And this one, kind of a minty color. Yeah, I like the pastel ones best. I do like the darker ones, but I can see myself using these pastel ones a lot more. We've also got a new set of curtains. I was really excited about these just based on the screenshots, because these you could use in any room. It doesn't have to be for a nursery. Ooh, look at that green. That's pretty. Oh, I love this minty green color too. I think I'll use that one a lot. We've got a pretty pink, a more pastel pink. I like that pretty pastel yellow. Okay, next is the changing table, and I was really excited about this because we don't have any in the base game. They're only in Growing Together. Kind of comes in that plain black and white. Oh, I like this red and black. That's nice. I love the purple. I know I keep saying that, but these are cool. Also kind of a light wood color. I think I am a little bit sad that it doesn't come in any of the other wood tones that the base game has. I know that they always try and do like a color story with the packs, and I understand that, so it's trying to match everything from the pack. And it does have some plain whites. There's two white swatches, one that kind of has these darker accents and one that's like a solid white, and I appreciate that because that makes it super versatile. But I wish that we had like a dark wood color maybe just to tie in the other stuff from the game, because I'm kind of thinking about how if you wanted to use this in a base game nursery, we only have a couple of base game cribs, and it would be nice if this worked with them a little bit better, but it's not going to match like basically any of the swatches of this crib. Of course they're different styles, but you know, we don't have any other changing tables in the base game, so you want it to work. Okay, we also have this chandelier. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's cool. We don't really have a lot of fancy lights like this either. It's big. Wow, with the pretty crystals. I'm gonna use that above dining tables and stuff, I think. That's pretty. I really like that. That's kind of a wild card item because you wouldn't expect there to be such a pretty chandelier from the baby kit, but I'm not mad about it. Okay, we've also got a little nightstand. We've got a little shelf, and we have this clothing rack as well. And then look at this. There's clothes that you can hang on the clothing rack, so it works like the high school years one does. There's a couple of different swatches of the baby clothes. And then these are all gonna come in the same swatch colors. We've got that same pretty yellow one. They'll all match everything. That's a really nice nightstand. $350. Oh, these are expensive babies. The nightstand costs more than the beds do. Shelf is $165. Okay, wow. I love that it's got like a tissue box and some kind of almost like diaper changing looking stuff. Okay, next we have this Dreamland mobile. We don't have a lot of these either. So many references in the descriptions to older Sims games. This is just making my day. I could sit here and talk about this all day, but I'm also very conscious of the fact that I have to try and post this on hotel Wi-Fi, so I'm not trying to make it too long. This is really nice. That might be one of my most used items from the pack because that'll fit in any nursery. We also have this little photo frame with some pictures of babies. Look at that. That's so cute. I love that we have the one of the little bassinet baby too. I hate to say it, but the burrito babies, they deserve to have some love as well. So that's fun. And that's 60 simoleons, so it's relatively cheap, so you could use that pretty easily. We also have a diaper bag, and I think this is our first time ever getting something like this. So that's cool, because you could put that outside of the nursery. You could like stick that by the front door as if they're trying to pack and get ready to go. Oh, the rug. Okay, this I was very excited about because I was hoping, oh my god, the swatches. It has like circus vibes. That's so cute. Oh, and the flowers. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna use that so often. It's 120, so it's cheap too. And it's supposed to be plush, so you can like let the baby sit there and use it for like playing with toys and stuff. This is that canopy. Clown-tastic canopy. It kind of has that circus energy as well. And that'll fit behind the crib and behind the toddler bed. But it fits on the wall, so you can kind of hang it anywhere. Oh, it's just so pretty. You can make a little princess-themed room. We also have this Friendly Fur Friends plush. I've been excited about this because it's just a cute... Look, oh, there's a sloth. It's a cute little plushie. That is such an adorable decoration. Is that Bella Goth? It's in Bella Goth's dress. Oh my god. That just made my day. I'm putting that in their house the second I get home. Okay, we also have this wagon of wares. This is like a little toy box. Now, that looks like the Grim Reaper's flag. It's a flag. He has a staff, but doesn't it look like that? Is that one in jail? Oh my god, we got this like sad little circus toy box thing. That's cool. We've got some antique blocks. We haven't gotten any more blocks. Oh, what? You can't use the swatch changer on these. You can't do it on the base game ones either. Oh, they come in like solid wood tones. Oh, so they're plain. Oh, that's nice. Here's kind of an up close look. They've got like the raccoon and a rose and the circus and a little llama on them. This was my second most anticipated item from the pack because this is the infant playmat. We also don't have any of these in the base game, so this will work like that growing together one, but it is base game now, so everybody can use it. So you can just like sit the infant on there and they can play with the little like toys on it. This is a toy box, an heirloom toy box even. Oh, that's fancy. We don't have a lot of like simple toy boxes in this game, so that's gonna be nice to have. You can kind of like tuck that away easily. Here we have the Storytime bookcase. Oh, where did it go? Look, it's got Bella Goth inside. This is pretty. It's like a fancy cabinet. You could use that anywhere too. That doesn't have to be in a nursery. That could fit all over the place. It is expensive though. It's like 1,800 simoleons. And then the last item we have is the Little Ophelia Villa dollhouse. So this is a dollhouse based off of the Goth family's house. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's like an exact replica. Oh, this is making me so happy. Even the inside, it's got like Alexander's room up there. There's a graveyard next to it. Oh, this was made for me. I'm so happy about this. Obviously the default swatch is black, but it looks like it's got a couple other swatches. There's kind of a pretty pink one too. Comes in some lighter colors so it'll fit anywhere. And it's 1,800 simoleons. My god, the dollhouses are expensive. That is a really fun item. I really appreciate Sixum working with them to make so many like Sims references. This is like a love letter to longtime Sims fans, I feel like, and I'm so excited about that. And it's even got a blue Suburban swatch. Okay, I think we have at least one more thing. Yeah, because we have this wallpaper. This is the last item. So this is Pleasant View, which is so cool. And it looks like it's kind of just a nice, almost monochrome mural type wallpaper of Pleasant View. Comes in a few different colors. That's really cool. As an accent wall in a room, I'm excited about that. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh, Let There Be Light laser show. That's not from these packs. Never mind. Okay, so that's everything that comes in the nursery kit. I think that there are more dark colors than I was expecting. I definitely prefer the lighter swatches, but I appreciate that there's a nice mix because it'll kind of work for any style you're trying to do. And I also really appreciate how it's got so many useful gameplay items, like having 3 new different age group beds. We've got like the infant playmat, we've got the changing table. That's stuff that's gonna make a big difference. If you're the kind of person that maybe wants more stuff for your babies but doesn't want to have to pay $40 for growing together, this is probably a really solid option because you can make a really nice nursery space and you can get some more stuff for the little ones without having to spend as much as growing together costs. $5 is definitely a lot more doable. Ah, what's that? It gave me like a full splash about the Reaper's rewards. Leave me alone. Oh, they don't usually do that with like full screen. Oh my god, I didn't like that at all. Well, here's a quick overview of all of the kit items. The Artist Studio kit has 24 items and the Storybook Nursery kit has 25. Just as a quick comparison, the Cozy Bistro kit has 27, Riviera Retreat has 24, and some of those are rocks, so that's not as usable. It kind of depends on the kit, but they usually have around 25-ish items, so they're right up there with all the other ones. They're not like worse than any other kit. I always point that out because I feel like it's important to compare it to its peers. Like, is this worth it compared to all the other kits? Because it's hard to say if buying any kit is worth it to you because it's kind of expensive to spend $10 just to get a few extra items, you know? But if you really like the idea of these, they seem like pretty solid kits. I can see the Storybook Nursery kit becoming one of my favorite kits out of all of them. And I think the Artist Studio kit, I mean, I've been wanting this kind of thing for so long. Both of these I feel like are things that I've been like, wow, I hope we get more baby stuff. Wow, I'd love to have more art stuff. So these feel like things that are community requested. They're solid items. I think that you'll like them if you buy them. But of course, you know better what works for you. With any kit, they're so niche almost that like your favorite kit could easily be my least favorite kit. And it's not because one is worse than the other. It's just that like style-wise, you have a preference and that makes sense. But I think on that note, I'm probably gonna wrap up this video right here. I'm sorry that it's a day later than normal. I'm obviously traveling right now, so I'm doing my best. I'm gonna to post this as fast as I can. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel because I post videos like this every time there's new Sims packs. I'm not normally in San Diego when there's new Sims packs, so usually I'm at home and we can talk more about it. But there is a new expansion pack coming out next month that I'm going to be talking all about life and death once we get some more info, so make sure you're subscribed. Thank you for watching. Have the best rest of your day, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. Honestly, the fact that I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning with the intention of filming a video about kits, like, that is ridiculous. This whole situation is ridiculous.